3 insurance professionals were given the mission to find out what brokers really thought of insurers. However, the brokers they spoke to were completely unaware that they were actually talking to personal line specialists from Zurich. Autoline Insurance is one of Northern Ireland's fastest growing financial services companies. Founded in 1975, the broker boasts extremely high client renewal rates, with more than 90% of customers remaining loyal year after year. Gareth McChesney is the Director of Personal Lines Pricing and Underwriting at Zurich. But today, as the Undercover Insurer, Gareth is visiting Autoline's Newry headquarters under the guise of an insurance consultant to meet the staff who make the firm tick.
So I'm going undercover into a broker's office. I obviously work for Zurich. The individuals won't know I work for Zurich. So I'm hoping to get some genuine, true insight into maybe what we're good at, what we're not so good at, what we do that bugs people. But equally, it'll be interesting to get to the front line and understand what it's like for a broker.
To prepare for his day at Autoline, Gareth met with Managing Director Michael Blaney, who's been with the firm for 28 years, during which time it has evolved from a single-site broker to one with branches across the country.
Obviously, people development is key. Why is professionalism important?
We're firm believers that people buy from people in this business, and it's very much a people business. So we wanted to be able to demonstrate our professionalism at every opportunity.
Telematics new technology. How did a Northern Ireland insurance broker have the vision to harness the technology for motor insurance?
It kind of struck me that this had the potential to be, really game-changing in the insurance sector, and we also saw it as a route into a sector of the market initially that we were weak in. So we thought, let's explore this a bit further, and so it set us off on a journey, I suppose, initially where we looked at the capabilities of the black box, and then very quickly realised that everything that the box could do could be contained in a mobile phone app, which was much more cost effective, easier to install, easier to operate.
So what's the importance of customer service in delivering business success?
I think in this business, clients expect a high level of customer service as a given, and all our people, I think, here realise that. We can't, no business can survive on setting themselves up on a price basis, and for longevity, and for us to, I suppose, to look back and see the customers and the staff indeed who have been with us for 30 years or more, unless we were delivering an excellent level of customer service and continue to do that, a lot of those people wouldn't have stayed with us, and the company wouldn't have experienced the growth that it has.
Michael has selected 5 employees to sit down with Gareth to answer questions about what it's like to work at Autoline, including its culture, ethos, and relationships with insurers. The employees think that they are being filmed as part of a corporate video. However, none of them know Gareth's true identity or that they'll be competing for a prize.
So if I was to ask your customers what they thought of Autoline, what would they say? Is it about service? Is it about having the best price?
I would say both, because we are very competitive on price, and we have very, very good relationships with our insurers to be able to provide that. But I would think, and a lot of the time whenever I'm out and about, we would do, with marketing, we'd have a lot of shows that we would attend. Like this year we attended Balmoral show when we came in contact with thousands of people, and many of which were our customers, and they would always know the customer service advisor by name, and we very much would, many times would have people saying, I was chatting to, for instance, Ashley, and she was really, really helpful, and I actually referred her on to someone else, and that again would come back to the customer. We would find that a lot of our business comes from referrals, because the staff are so highly trained and are so focused on looking after the clients and treating every client as individual.
And I suppose we're hearing a lot about fraud and application fraud within the industry. Is that causing problems?
Sometimes it causes problems. When a customer's getting a quote initially, obviously if it's a new customer to you, you have to do certain checks. However, a customer that's been with you for a very, very long time, to say to them after they've done the quote and renewed the policy or whatever, you know, we need a copy of your licence, or we have to do a credit check. Two companies in particular, we've got Aviva. Before we give the quote, we have to do a credit check.
Right.
A lot of customers don't like that. It's like, we've been with you for 30 years and now you want to look into my history. And another company, Zurich, post-quote, when the cover's actually put in place, they then start looking for licences and registration documents and things like that. And it just alienates the customer a wee bit whenever we've spent so long building the rapport over the years that we've had them on the books.
So the consumer doesn't really see the customer doesn't really see the benefit in that. They sort of see it as a bit of an imposition.
Yeah, and it would be helpful because we have so many customers that are on the books so long. Maybe if the companies give us a bit of flexibility and let us vouch for our customers that have been on the books for such a long time. So that's something we could maybe work with it.
How does Autoline then support professional development? Does it support individuals to actually grow within the business?
It's supported in a big way here. You know, I've been with Autoline now for 10 years, and whenever I started, it was as a general sales advisor, and I'd got a bit of experience and decided that I wanted a new challenge. I wanted to move up. I wanted to progress in the company, and I expressed that. And you know, we have twice yearly appraisals, we have monthly one-to-ones, and there's ample opportunity to you know, express your aspirations and what you want to do with your career. But at the time there wasn't actually a position available for me to move into, but because I had, you know, stated that this is the route I wanted to take, Autoline then went and lined up ILM courses for me, so level 2 and 3 have since went on to further that, but at the time, and also complete my CII certificate. So it meant whenever a position did come up, I felt much better prepared, you know, and more confident in applying for the position. And like anything else, you know, when a job is advertised internally, there's numerous candidates. You want to give yourself the best chance, so the better prepared you are. But you know, that's all organised by the company, paid for by the company. There was allocation of time for study leave. You know, it was. I think there's a lot of value in being professionally qualified.
So the insurance industry, it's really quite an old traditional industry. Is there enough innovation in the industry, do you think?
Well, I suppose I've been in it for quite a while, unfortunately, and from where I started, where we didn't really use computers as such, which was not that long ago, believe it or not.
Trust me, I was there.
You were there, that's good. Where we were using manual guides and calculating the rates out manually.
Indeed.
I suppose from there to where we're at now, where we have the telematics product, where you're actually paying for how you drive yourself. In terms of the insurers, I feel they probably have been a little bit slow in reacting to it. Especially with the gender rule coming in last December, I suppose that would have been an ideal opportunity for insurers to really, you know, get ahead of the market with telematics. But I suppose it seems to be Autoline and brokers like ourselves are kind of leading the way in that respect.
So do you think, are customers asking for these innovations and changes in product design, or do you think this is something which we as an industry are pushing onto them?
I think probably the rates in the last number of years for young drivers and how hard it's been for them to get sort of on the road has probably pushed them to start asking, is there any way we can get cheaper insurance? Now obviously we understand that the insurance companies, the reasons why rates are high for young drivers, you know, because of the statistics, but I mean certainly telematics based driving is a perfect opportunity for young drivers to actually, you know, for the good drivers. Insurers now have the pick of the market basically.
So do insurers listen to brokers?
We find that, you know, we would have regular meetings with insurers. Preferably face-to-face is always better because you get a lot of issues sorted out there and then. It's harder if you're waiting for follow-up on the phone or via email. But, you know, we have monthly management meetings which we would sit down and discuss any issues we're having with insurers, and that's brought up face-to-face. So yes, they do listen. Now sometimes what we're asking can't always have the right outcome for us, but if you can explain to the staff why things have to be done this way, it makes it much easier.
So they listen but don't take any action on it? Or
in some cases, you know, but in other cases, yes, they will come back to you, you know, if you're having issues, you know, I suppose with a lot of this verification going on at the moment, and you know, we were getting letters from one of the insurers and it just was a basic standard letter And if you have a client with you for years and they're asking for a V5 or they're asking for a utility bill or copy licence, it's hard to explain to them why. Yeah. Whereas I've spoken to, it was actually Zurich, it was one of the insurers, and I've spoken to their rep and said, listen, if we can get a wee bit of background, why you're asking for it, it makes it easier.
Yeah.
You know,
so example you used was Zurich. Are they putting processes in place which show that they haven't listened to brokers before putting them in place, or?
They just seemed to send out the same letter, and it seemed to be any business we were putting with them, we were getting all the letters down.
Having spoken to the employees, Gareth now has the tough task of deciding who should be rewarded with the iPad and a chance at winning a £1,500 personal development fund as the overall series winner.
So from 5 very good conversations, very interesting conversations, going to be incredibly difficult to single one out as being more valuable than another.
Michael has pulled the 5 employees into an important meeting. However, none of them are aware that the real reason they have been called together is for Gareth to reveal the true purpose of his visit.
Thank you all very much for today. Very enlightening, very insightful. I got a lot out of it. Some great conversations. Learned a lot about Autoline's business. Learned a lot about what it's like to be a broker. I wanted to come straight with you on one thing though, which we haven't been quite straight about so far. I do work within the insurance industry. I'm not a consultant within the insurance industry. I actually am Underwriting and Pricing Director for Zurich Personal Lines. And what I wanted to get out of today was, what's it like to be a broker in this current day and age? What's it like to be at the front line, dealing with customers, with the processes and the procedures that insurers are putting in place? And I got a lot of insight into that today, a lot which I can take back, and a lot of stuff which we can potentially change. What I wanted to do is take one of you back to London with me, and for you to be able to tell my team back there what it's like, to explain what you explained to me today, and tell them it straight so that we can actually learn from it and change things. The person I wanted to take back was Denise. I think we would learn a lot from the inside, and we'd like you to be absolutely straight with us and tell us what we need to do better. Thank you all. It's been really insightful, great value to me, and can't thank you enough.
It was an experience, very nerve-wracking. I wasn't expecting it. It was definitely out of my comfort zone, but the end result, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and delighted to have won. Shocked, but delighted.
That was an interesting day. Met a lot of very interesting people, had a few good conversations and found out a lot. Autoline, a very innovative organisation, a broker who's right at the cutting edge and serving up products for the market as it needs them today. What I'm looking forward to doing now is getting Denise across to meet my team in London and share with them what she shared with me, so that we can improve things at our end as well.
Next time on the Undercover Insurer.
What I want to find out is, get some insight on what they think of insurers and also customers. Now, I was asked to choose one of you as a favourite, which was difficult. However, I have chosen